action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From Spectrum Center in Uptown Charlotte, tonight, the Charlotte Hornets taking on the Boston Celtics. The Charlotte Hornets control the tap. Walker. Nothing going here on that drive. Walker to Batum. Here comes the screen. Boston with the basketball. Irving. Not getting the bounce. Across the timeline, it's Walker. He'll run the offense to Nick Batum. Lets it fly from long range. Another chance. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
Look, as a player, this stuff happens all the time. No need to make this into something bigger than what it really is. Move on to the next play. Get locked in.
Irving to Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. To Irving. From beyond the arc, it's good. And the foul. And he's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
Ed, body control is everything, especially on the defensive side of the floor. That was a great contest up top, but your body hit him on the way down. That's a foul every time.
Kyrie Irving with a chance at a 4-point play. A career 87% from the line. Three-pointer plus a free throw on that trip. Into the front court, it's Walker. They trail by 2. Oh, emphatic slam.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Celtics have it. Hayward. Here comes the screen. To Irving. Nothing going here on that drive. Irving to Hayward. Count the basket. He's feeling good. Defense has to get him out of his comfort zone.
Here's a tip for your defense. You can't give him that much space. You have to push up into his personal space and make him play the majority of the possession up. There's no stopping.
Kyrie across the timeline. 2-point advantage. Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Walker into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To Batum. Missed it. How'd that not go down? Hayward to Horford. Throws it down. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
To Nick Batum. Walker. With the flush. Taking on all comers.
If you know a guy is a driver, there's no need to apply that much pressure on him if his main objective is to get to the rim. Play off of him, make him think about the jump shot, and also, guys from the weak side on the help side, make sure you play in those gaps and you try to close out as quick as possible when he puts his head down.
Irving to Hayward. From long range. Now that's a contest. Hornets. Walker And a pass stolen by Boston. Oh, it took a little longer than Celtics fans would have liked, but, Jay, they re-signed Marcus Smart. You look at what he brings. He's a modern-day defender with some throwback qualities as well.
He reminds me a lot of Dennis Johnson that used to play for those late Celtic teams. He's the guy that will get in your face, will pick you up full court. Even if you switch off and he's guarding the 4, he'll battle behind the 4, push him off the block. There's no doubt about it. The DNA of this team starts with Marcus Smart and also Marcus Morris. These are the 2 toughest players on the Celtics organization.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Entering the game for the
Walker. Oh, Baines with the rejection. Irving with the basketball. Lead stands at 7. Kyrie Irving, 3 for 4. Good start.
So good to see one of Jersey's finest, Kyrie Irving, back on the court and driving with no issues on that knee. He only played 60 games last year, and he missed the entire Celtics postseason run. You can only imagine what this team would have done if he were healthy and they had Gordon Hayward.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
This game is so mental. Trust me, some nights you get poor effort defensively, you can't make any shots, then you see the ball go in, boom, switch turned on.
From 18 feet, at the buzzer, it's good. At the buzzer, he got it out well before the red light came on. And that extends the lead at the end of the first quarter. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. To Parker. Goes reverse to lay it in.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Here's Irving into the front court. His team up by 7. To Rozier. To Irving. Nothing going here on that drive. Irving. And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Terry Rozier at the line. And he connects on the first free throw. Two for 2 on that trip. Hornets at the controls of this one. Miles Bridges. Knocked loose. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Celtics. It'll stay with Charlotte. Parker. Offensive board.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Jay, fun fact for you. Of the charter franchises in the NBA, go back to that first season, 46-47. The Knicks and the Celtics, only two teams that never relocated.
Wow, that's impressive. Can I add another one? How about this? In 2008, when the Celtics won their championship, they needed 26 games to win their 17th title. By a twist of fate. You ready for this one? Coach Doc Rivers, head coach of the Celtics, played for the 93-94 New York Knicks team, which held the previous record in the playoff games before with 25 wins.
Go New York, go New York, go. Into the front court, it's Irving. Up 5. Hornets have the basketball. Nothing going here on that drive. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Kyrie Irving trying to cash in on the three-point play. Hasn't missed. One free throw, count it. It's a three-point play, and the lead up to 8. Charlotte basketball. Walker. Here comes the screen. Takes stock of the floor. Offensive board. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Irving into the front court. Up 6. Nothing going here on that drive. Shot from the lane won't go. Batum. A pass taken away by the Celtics.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
To Irving. To Horford. From the painted area, won't go down. Walker with the basketball. Down 6. Batum, top of the key. Fires the 3. Not that time. He missed it. To Irving. Surveys the floor. Nothing going here on that drive. Rebound grabbed by the Hornets. Across the timeline, it's Walker. Under a minute to go before halftime. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Timeout Boston as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game.
Hey fans, have you seen the latest items in our silent auction? Have a look for yourself in the display behind section 121 and place your bid. Don't miss your chance at some excellent memorabilia.
Tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Celtics, number 36, Marcus Smart. Into the game for the Hornets.
Trying to cash in. Gordon Hayward, that's how it's done. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots. He went down 5 minutes into his Celtics career. So how much of an evaluation period should Gordon Hayward get coming off a tough injury?
Well, with a potential franchise player, you always rather be safe than be sorry. And he needs to pay attention to his body more so than anybody. From a player who personally had a dislocation of the ankle, which is a bone bruise when I was trying to come back and play, that could take a couple of years to heal fully. So Gordon Hayward's ability to make sure that he feels that he trusts his body is the most important thing.
Just inside the arc, at the buzzer, it's good, at the buzzer. Nice finish and more cash in the bank as we've hit the break. Time expires to end the first half. The Celtics have the lead.
I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Celtics put together a nice half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. The Hornets were unable to find an offensive flow in the opening half. And someone needs to step up offensively if they plan to win this game. Not a single player has gotten into double digits yet. These are the guys getting buckets for the Charlotte Hornets.
First half stats. Player of the half.
Kyrie Irving was lighting up the scoreboard in the first half. And I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure out what it'll take to slow him down. He looks like he's in a zone.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending.
Jay, Celtics last year, they make the 7th game in the East Finals without Gordon Hayward, without Kyrie Irving. Brad Stevens now, it's a good challenge to have. He has a lot of players to incorporate.
And it's a great challenge for a genius coach like Brad Stevens. The biggest issue for the Celtics is that they cannot believe the hype, Ed. I've been a guy that stated I think they're going to win the whole thing next year, but they can't drink the Kool-Aid from the media. And I will say this, when you have guys on your team like Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward, I think they will push the younger guys to really help them exceed expectations. That's going to be key.
Walker to Batum. Here comes the screen. Batum. Whoa! What a finish! Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Horford to Jaylen Brown. Boston with 4 to shoot. There it is, Al Horford. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
This 11-year veteran has emerged as a uniquely stabilizing force for any team he plays on. He may not ever win a prize for his fiery oratory, but his steady demeanor is part of what makes him invaluable.
Batum to Walker. Rebound, Jason Tatum.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. First free throw is good. And he makes them both. Into the front court, it's Walker. His guys trail by 10. Knocked loose. Keeps it alive. Gotta love the hustle. Batum. Out of bounds the call. Off Gordon Hayward. Walker. Tatum grabs the rebound. To Horford. Stuffs it down with authority. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Walker into the front court. The deficit now up to a dozen. To Nick Batum. Give it to him. Kemba Walker. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
To Marcus Smart. Tatum. Knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
You know, for a long time, I've been calling JT a young Paul Pierce because of his isolation moves, in particular in tight spaces. With fadeaways, step backs, whatever you want, he has. Now, that came from watching him a couple of years ago play at Duke Fantasy Camp in the summer. He was going against Jabari Parker for 3 days in a row. 3 days in a row, he gave Jabari the business. Now, this young kid was not even a freshman in college and was scoring any way he wanted to. And you knew that he was destined for success in the league. Danny Ainge got the steal of the draft.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I said this on draft night, that Jason Tatum was the most special player in the draft. Granted, I didn't know about Donovan Mitchell, but it's hard to believe that Philadelphia traded this pick away so the Celtics can have a future star.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Parker. Plenty of contact. The shot no good. The follow won't go either. Jay, it feels like our heads are spinning, thinking about what the Celtics are going to put on the floor, let alone for Brad Stevens. But you look at this group, what impact it has on, say, a Jason Tatum, a Terry Rozier, and beyond.
There was a lot of talk in the offseason about what's going to happen to Jason Tatum's minutes. He was second on the team in minutes last year due to the fact that Gordon Hayward went down. But this is an abundance of talent issue for Brad Stevens and Celtics fans. You have so many interchangeable parts. Shimi Ojale can play a lot of minutes. Jason Tatum, Gordon Hayward, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Morris. The names go on and on and on with the interchangeable wings that can all defend and score. That's a great problem to have, Ed.
Like I said, our heads are spinning. Charlotte with the basketball.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first, and You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Number 11, Kyrie Irving.
That's a big. That's a big. All right here.
4-3. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That's the end of the third quarter. The Celtics way out in front. Hornets with the first possession here in the fourth quarter. They're looking up at a big margin. And that, Jay, shouldn't come as a surprise to many.
Well, for them to have a chance to win, I'm glad they brought their A game in their backpacks here to the arena, but that's not enough. They need their A-plus game, and they need to execute down the stretch. You need to throw everything in the bag at them in order to win this game.
Kyrie across the timeline. His guys hold a commanding lead. To Rozier. That'll get out of bounds off of Irving. Walker to Miles Bridges. Walker. Rebound hauled in by the Celtics. Celtics have it. Irving. Tatum. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Walker with the basketball. Down a bundle to Miles Bridges. Celtics have it.
Ooh, I think people are leaving already.
And throws it down.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
To Rozier. Has a chance. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Now the Hornets take the timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
13, Marcus Morris. Into the game for the Hornets.
Walker.
2,
Throws it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Rozier with it. His guys holding the big lead. To Irving. Knocked loose. Hornets grab it. Give it to him. Kemba Walker. 3 for 6 now.
Now transition offense was safe. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Parker to Kemba Walker. Here comes the screen. Parker, deep left corner, trying to cash in. He had all day and all night to knock that one down. Need to hear more chatter on the defensive end.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
Second effort. Gordon Hayward, that's how it's done. He's now 4 for 6.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Here comes the screen. Walker. Across the timeline, it's Rozier. Looking to make something happen. To Hayward. Baseline drive. Hayward. Short jumper off the mark. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
To Walker. Beyond the arc for 3. Knocks it down and the foul. He's
most definitely contact on that forearm during the follow-through. You have to give the offensive player a lot of credit. The concentration you need to make a shot after getting fouled, that's big time.
Kemba Walker with a chance at a 4-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. Three-pointer plus a free throw on that trip. Rozier into the front court. His guys up by 15. To Horford. Scores from the post. Parker into the front court. His guys down big. Walker fires the 3. Off the mark. Boston with the basketball. Probing the defense. Here comes the screen.
Watch the pick. You see it.
The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Gordon Hayward, that's how it's done. With
not just his shot-making ability, but the fact that not every shot came from the pocket. There were some bad passes being made.
Shot at the buzzer does indeed go down, but it only affects the final score. This ball game is over. It's a victory here for the Celtics as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics put together a nice win here today. And of course, I've got to mention how many times they scored from beyond the arc. They were so confident with the 3 ball, and it was instrumental to their success. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Boston Celtics. The Charlotte Hornets didn't lose big, but it wasn't exactly close either. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
The Boston Celtics did their best work away from the basket. They used a combination of perimeter defense and themselves the win.
Player of the game.
Kyrie Irving is the choice for what you're seeing here. and that's unselfish play. Tight passes, great timing, and an impressive basketball IQ. He earned more respect than what I already have for him. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.